Today, I'm going to show you how to use filters in LMA to streamline your test analysis. So when we're analyzing test data, there's a lot of times where we only care about when something specific happened, and filters let us focus in on those moments. So a filter might let us, narrow in on when the RSRP was below negative 100 dBm, or when the throughput was above 5 megabits per second. And a good general rule of thumb is if there's a non-event triggered parameter in LMA, you can create a filter to analyze it. So let's walk through an example. Here I have a drive test loaded into LMA, as you see here. And let's say that I'm really interested in what's going on with this PCI 29 and this PCI 28. So I want to filter out all the data that is not relevant to those two PCIs. So for that, I'm going to want to create a new filter. So if we go up here, we can left click, go to filter and new filter, which will open up the filter editor. So I'm going to name this filter PCI filter. And if we look over left here, these are all of the parameters you can filter for, which are the same parameters as you will find over here. So if we go to LTE L1RF PCI, so this is the relevant parameter that I want, so I can just drag and drop that over into this space. And you can see that it is assigned PCI in the alias of A, which means if I go down to this conditions box, I can make my condition. So I want where the PCI equals 28 or where the PCI equals 29. And now if I hit apply, that has created the filter, but is not yet applied it to this data set. To do that, I will go back up to this window, left click, filter, and now go to set filter. And now if I select that PCI filter, click OK, it will apply that filter to the data. Now, what's really powerful about these filters is that they are global filters, which means that if I go to any of these other variables, let's say RSRP, it will have been filtered to only show these two PCIs, which means that I can now look at any of these other parameters just in the instance that I'm curious about. Another thing I want to highlight with these filters is that you can apply multiple filters at the same time. So let's say I want to also look at where the RSRP is below 100. So I'm going to name this RSRP filter. The parameter I'm concerned about is the RSRP. And I want where the RSRP is less than negative 100. So now I've created that new filter. So if I go to set filter, I can select both of these filters, make sure that and is clicked, and hit OK. And you'll see that that takes away all those data points in the middle. So we only see these places where PCI 28 and 29 have an RSRP below negative 100 dBm. So that should be enough information to get you started using filters. If you're interested in learning more about LMA, you should check out some of the other videos on the Wireless Metrics YouTube channel or the knowledge base linked on the Wireless Metrics website.